It's been a little while, but I am back with Daniel with Multicubing, and we're going to learn the 4x4 today. I like the 4x4. You can use it as a 2x2 if you wanted to. It's a lot of fun, but we're going to learn it as the 4x4 because that's what it's made for. Scramble it all up. Okay, so there it is scrambled. And our first step is to solve the 4 middle pieces on every side. I always start with white, so we're going to just put white right up here. We're going to move this piece up here, so those two are paired, move it over, and then move this back so that comes back into place. And our last white piece is right here. We want it to go up here. So let's just slide that up. It doesn't match up very well like that because that other piece just moves down. What we're going to do is move this single piece to the side like that so that matches up really nicely. Move that over and then move this right back here. Now I always do yellow next, which is opposite of white. Yellow is always opposite of white. And here's 2 matched up here. White is here, so we're going to slide these up here, move them over, and move it back to keep white complete. Here's another yellow piece. We're going to move that up so it's paired with this, move it over, move this back, so now we have 3 up here. It's this yellow piece that looks like it matches up really nice. Matches up with a single piece, move it over, move it back. Now we have yellow solved and white solved. Now at this point, we shouldn't be messing up these 2 sides at all anymore. We're just going to solve the middle layer here. So I always go with red next, or we're going to do red. Let's put red on this side. We'll match this up so it slides right into place there. So red goes there. Here's another red. Don't have to worry about messing anything up, so that can just slide into place there. Where's my last red? Oh, there it is. We want to match it up so it matches up with a single piece. So just like that, move it over, move it back. So red is solved. Now at this point, you need to make sure that you get your colors on the right side, or else you'll have a mistake farther on down the road. So yeah, with most cubes, with white on the top and red in front of you, green will be to the left side. But before you mess it up, it would be good to check that first. So we have 2 greens there, 2 greens there. I'm going to move this green over so it matches up with this. Move it over, move this back. So now we have 3 greens here. This green has to get over here. We're moving a single here. I've done this before so I can recognize it. So the greens match up really nicely. Move it over, move it back. You'll learn the best ways to do it as you do it more. And this is really easy. Orange is opposite of red. So move these 2 orange pieces over here. Slide them over, slide them back. Orange is solved. Blue is solved. So now we have all the middles solved. So now our goal is to get all these pieces paired up. So these 2 pieces have to match all around the cube. Just like this one, the orange and white. They all have to be good like that. I tend to do all the white ones first because they're easy to find. So we have a red and white here and a red and white here. Get them on the same row here. Red and white, red and white. What we're going to do is move this back over here. And then move this middle layer here once, twice, so that they're paired up here. Then move it up to the upper row. Move it over so we have an unmatched pair in place of where our matched pair just came out of. Bring it back down, and then resolve the centers. So all the centers will be solved. Let's do the same thing with the blue and white. If I can find the other blue and white, which is right there. I'm going to move it over like that. Blue and white, blue and white. I'm going to move it to the back. Blue and white. Just move it over so that they're paired up. Push it to the upper layer. Move it over so an unmatched pair is in place of it. Move it down and then resolve the centers. And here's a green and white. We'll do that one. Here's the other green and white. Green and white, green and white. Move it to the back. Line them up. Move it up to the upper row. I'm going to move this unmatched pair in place of it. Move it down and solve the middles. That's solved. Let's do orange and green next. We finished all the whites. If we can find orange and green. Oh, it's right there. Okay, move it to the back. Line them up. Move them to the upper row. If we move them like that, then the only unmatched pair will go off the side. So we'll move it up like that. Move this in place of it. Move it down. And solve the middles. And now, let's see. Let's do these two. Orange and yellow. Move that up there. Move that up there. This one we do not have to rotate it around. Orange and yellow, just pair them up. Move them to the upper layer. Move the unmatched pair in place of it. Move it down and solve the centers. And red and blue is the exact same thing. Pair them up. Move it to the upper layer. Put an unmatched pair in place of it and solve the middles. Okay, red and yellow, red and yellow. We're going to push this one to the bottom because we don't have any unmatched on top. So red and yellow, push that to the bottom layer. Move an unmatched piece in place of it. Move it back up. Solve the middles. At this point, all the center pieces are solved, which is disappointing because I wanted to show you something else, but I'll get back to that. So at this point, we're going to solve it just like a normal Rubik's Cube. We're going to make our white cross. I'm going through this fast because if you're solving the 4x4, you probably already know how to solve the 3x3. So, solving the white layer first here. And I do have a tutorial about how to solve the 3x3, if you just look back. I'm solving the middle layer now. Now this is something you never see on a 3x3. Normally you would have one of these, or just a line, or a cross, or even a single dot, but never three. On a 4x4 you'll see 3, sometimes 1. Ooh, and I'll show you a really nice move up here. If you can read Chinese, that's even better. But all we're looking at is this in here, right here. So we hold the cube any way we want. So middle right 2, 2, back 2, upper 2, middle left goes down, upper 2, middle right inverse, upper 2, middle right, upper 2, front 2, middle right, front 2, middle left inverse, back 2, and middle right 2. And now we have our cross. So now that's easy. We just go through and solve it. Okay. Oh, here's something else you never see on a 3x3. You have one side solved here, one side solved here, and two unsolved sides. You often get one side solved on a 3x3, but never two without the other two sides solved. So, we have another special move for the 4x4. If I can find the right one. Yes, here it is down at the bottom. So it's middle right 2, upper 2, middle right 2, top 2 layers 2, middle right 2, middle layer 2. So now that's solved. So now I need to go back and show you the stuff that I missed, because it's really important if you need to be solving the 4x4, else you'll be stuck for a long time. So I'm just going to go a little faster here. Solving the white layer. That'll go up there. Middle white is solved. Now we're solving the center of yellow. Center of yellow is solved. Gonna put red right there. Green goes to the left of red when white is on the top, so green goes here. Green, green. Orange goes here. That matches up really nice. But I'm gonna suppose you have that at the end. It's still a fairly simple process with the 4x4. Just match them up, slide them over, put them back. So that's all. Solving the middles is fairly easy. It gets more difficult when you're solving for these, for the centers here. I'm just gonna match that up. Orange and white. Move it to the back. There's green and white. Put it up, put one unsolved one in place of it, and just resolve the centers. Blue and white. How about we do red and green? Red and green. Green and yellow. Gonna move that to the bottom. Red and yellow. Move some place there. Well, that's really nice. It did it again. So, what I'm gonna do is really mess things up here so I can show you how to do stuff. Okay, here we are, exactly what I'm looking for. So, looking around the cube, you only have two pairs that are unsolved. And if you try as you might, you're not gonna get those solved with that same process I was telling you. So, we have to bring in a couple more moves, these two moves. I use a different way, but these are a lot easier, so I'm going to teach you this way. You can't quite see it. It's really hard to see. But the goal is right now is to get this on the same level as this on the same face. So what we're going to do is this bottom move here. So right, upper, back in reverse. right inverse twice. So now that that's in place, those two are on the same level, so are these two. Now we're going to do this top move here. So middle down, right, front inverse, which is going that way, upper, right inverse, front, middle down inverse. And now they're all solved. So now we're going to go around and solve our white cross again. With solving white. Ooh, look at that. There's only one. So we're going to do that same move. This top one. Middle right 2, back 2, upper 2, middle left, upper 2, middle right inverse, upper 2, middle right, upper 2, front 2, middle right, front 2, middle left inverse, back 2, middle right 2. Now we have our lines where we can finish solving the cube. Oh, there it is again. So, we're doing this move now. Middle right 2, upper 2, middle right 2, top 2 layers 2, middle right 2, middle upper 2. Okay, so that's that. That's the 4x4. Fairly simple process. I don't think I'm missing anything, but if I am, just comment below with your questions and I'll try my best to answer them. You've added another cube to your collection. Have fun.